Davy VTV, Davy V with you. First things first, this is not going to be a full length body cam video of the Tyreek Hill traffic stop and arrest. I say arrest because technically he was handcuffed, even though if you're familiar with the incident, he was let go, rightfully so. But I'm going to do a little something different here. As you can see, I'm playing the video while I give some commentary, right? Basically, my thoughts about it. And this is what I want to start out by saying. As disturbing as the video is, when you see how the Miami-Dade police officers acted, right? Behaved unnecessarily, escalated the situation. And when I say situation, I mean there should have been just a normal traffic stop, right? They claimed he was speeding. Should have been pretty much straightforward, right? ID. If you're going to cite, give him a citation. But I want to do a little something different because what I'm seeing online and here on YouTube, different videos, for the most part, I'm seeing almost like people completely ignore something that I find very disturbing for a couple of reasons. And before I give you those reasons and tell you what it is, let me say that the first reason I find it disturbing is because I am a father of three beautiful children, two of them who are young adults right now and are driving. And let me say this. Tyreek Hill carries a lot of responsibility for the way that this whole event transpired. And what I mean is, Tyreek Hill basically did everything, and I repeat, everything that I have specifically told my children not to do when pulled over by police. I'll get back to that in a second. The second reason why I find this very disturbing, specifically how Tyreek Hill unnecessarily behaved and himself escalated this traffic stop unnecessarily, completely unnecessarily, is because as a second generation police accountability activist who for the past 25 to 30 years have been exposing police misconduct and have been a voice here in Rochester, New York, just like my dad, Mario Vara, was for years. When it comes to police misconduct, police abuse, rogue cops, it really bothers me because this, as disturbing as the video is and as wrong as the police officers were in many ways, there are real police brutality, police misconduct incidents with completely innocent people. And again, in this case, Tyreek Hill did everything that I have told my children not to do if and when stopped by police. Again, as I said earlier, I'm not going to play the full length body cam video, right? I'm only playing it in the background as you've been watching while I give my commentary, right? But you can readily watch the video on multiple channels on YouTube, and you will see that at the beginning of the video, okay, the beginning of the traffic stop, there's a point where Tyreek Hill rolls down his window and then rolls it up on the police officers. Okay? That's when the police officers, or one officer at least, starts knocking on the window. Then you see a point where Tyreek Hill gets into this thing, which again is completely unnecessary and everything that I've told my kids not to do when pulled over by police. is be argumentative, right? There's a point where you can hear and see Tyreek Hill telling the police officer, don't knock, don't bang on my window like that, repeatedly. This is not a good idea when pulled over by police. I've always told people, even if you know that the police are absolutely wrong in what they are doing to you or doing in the traffic stop or stopping you for in the first place, right? The place to argue that, the place to fight that, whether it's a ticket, whether it's the way they treated you, whether you feel you were profiled, whether you feel you were pulled over unjustifiably, unlawfully, right? Is not during the traffic stop. It's not on the side of the road. It never is. You will have plenty of time to do that. Trust me, I've won 2 lawsuits against the Rochester, New York Police Department, but I did not win them when I was being abused, when my rights were being violated. I won them later with the help of a great attorney. But the last thing you want to do is get into any kind of verbal confrontation, of pissing contests with law enforcement officers. Never. You never want to do that. And that's exactly what Tyreek Hill started this traffic stop doing. What this does is not only does it escalate, unnecessarily escalate the traffic stop, right? But what it also does is it gives a police officer, especially a police officer who probably shouldn't be a police officer, right? Who is on an ego trip, right? The reason to escalate, which is exactly what you saw on this video. They pulled Tyreek Hill out of the car in a very violent, very aggressive manner. They basically threw him to the floor, face first on a hot asphalt pavement street. There's another point in the video. Again, I'm not breaking this whole video down, but there's another point in the video that you can see for yourself where even after he's handcuffed, a Miami-Dade police officer basically attacks him again. Let me be clear. Again, the police officers in this traffic stop with Tyreek Hill were wrong in the way that they handled this, but it is very important to see that Tyreek Hill escalated this situation from the moment that he was pulled over. And again, he did everything that I've told my children not to do when pulled over by police. As always, thank you for watching Davy V TV.